Hello there, friends. It's Mr. Matt here with your children's sermon for this week. Now, I have a confession that I need to make. Of all the chores and all the things that I have to do around my house, there's one job that I really don't like to do very much. I don't like to clean up bathrooms. It's not that I can't do it, it's just not my favorite thing to do. And I will often try to do a lot of other jobs around the house in the hopes that someone else might clean up the bathroom before I have to. I come up with a lot of excuses, or I do a lot of other things instead, just because I don't really like cleaning up bathrooms. It's not the greatest thing. That's why I need to confess that to you and let you know that. And I'll do it eventually. I'll get around to it, but I'll be cleaning up dishes in the kitchen or vacuuming or dusting or doing a whole lot of other chores in my house before I get to cleaning up the bathroom. Now, I mention all of that because of our Jesus story that we get today. In our story, we hear about Jesus calling the first disciples to come and follow him as he's getting ready to start his ministry. He's just been baptized. He's just spent his time out in the wilderness being tested. And now he's starting to gather people together for the work that he's going to do. And as we read or we hear the story today, there's a word that pops out. And that word is immediately. So we see Jesus and he comes up to the fishermen, Simon, who's also known as Peter, and Andrew, and they're out fishing. And Jesus says to them, "Come, follow me." And the story says that they immediately brought in their fishing nets and left the boats and went to follow Jesus. And then we get to James and John, who are fishermen who work for their father Zebedee, who's also a fisherman. And Jesus comes and he's talking to James and John and he says, "Come, follow me." And it says that immediately they left their father and left him with the other people that worked for him, and they went to follow Jesus. This word immediately really jumps out, that right away they responded when Jesus asked them to come follow him. They weren't like me when it comes to cleaning the bathroom, where I would hem and haw and try to put it off and do other things instead and eventually get there. But what they did is they heard Jesus, they encountered him and met him, and they immediately went to follow him. That's the way we're supposed to respond to Jesus as well. Jesus calls us in our life after we've been baptized and after we deal with some of the trials that we have in life. Jesus is always calling to us to follow him, to serve others in his name, to share his love. And we're supposed to do that immediately. We're supposed to just respond to it. But we're human, and sometimes we think of other things other than Jesus. We think about, I'm not sure that I can do that. I'm not sure that I have the skills to do that, or I'm not old enough to do that, or I'm too old to do that, or, well, if I don't do it, Jesus will get somebody else to do it. We make these excuses and we put off what Jesus is asking of us. And our story today about those first disciples is to give us some encouragement and a reminder that, no, Jesus says, "Follow me," and we should immediately follow. We should immediately orient and turn our lives to point toward Jesus, so we can do those things that Jesus asks us to do, and so that we can always be really close to Jesus and following in his footsteps. So, When you hear Jesus calling you to do something or to be involved in something or to help someone, don't put it off. Don't think of it as having to clean the bathroom toilets. Instead, think of it as being right there close with God so that when he calls, jump immediately and follow him. All right, that's all we have time for today. I hope you are well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope your families are staying well and safe. Until we're back together, remember how much God loves you. Remember how much your parish family loves you. And remember how much I love you too. Okay, bye-bye for now.